Hello and welcome. You are watching India's #1 English news channel, Republic TV. This is Krishna Kumar. This minute at 6:37 p.m., there is a massive debate that has broken out after the central government in the form of the Finance Ministry and the Finance Minister announced mega reforms for infrastructure and banking and power and railways, and assured the economy is set for a takeoff. We have a very special panel for that big debate. We have Sambit Patra of the BJP, Tanvir Ahmed of the JDS, and Mr. Chengal Reddy, farmer and activist, joining us. Thank you, gentlemen, for being with us here this minute here on Republic TV. Let me begin things with Chengal Reddy. Chengal Reddy, you heard the Finance Minister speak and refute all criticism that has been levied on the economy. Do you think that this time around, the doomsayers of Indian economy have been given a befitting reply?
I think Mr. Jaitley is trying to salvage the plumbing reputation of Mr. Modi. If you see in the last 1 year, issue after issue, Mr. Modi, right from demonetization to GST and later on subsequent events, his reforms agenda has not been consistent, nor it has shown him in his, people expected Mr. Modi to be a statesman prime minister. That is what in 2014, when he was
Mr.
came
Chengal
across
Reddy,
the India scene
the finance minister, I want to keep this very specific. Chengal Reddy, I just want to specifically ask this thing. He is talking about low inflation, on path to fiscal deficit target, strong forex reserves, and the growth blip is the worst is over. GDP growth is set for a takeoff. We're predicting 8% growth minimum going forward, and this mega infrastructure push, and of course the banking reforms, the series of banking reforms that's set to come as well.
This inflation, this slow inflation is at the cost of millions and millions of suffering by farmers. Mr. Modi and his finance minister have deliberately, in the last 2 years, have curbed the entire agriculture sector. Today morning, if you see, Mr. Modi and his government in Gujarat has announced 500 rupees bonus.
I see Sambit Patra shaking his head.
Whereas the same Modi government,
Sambit, you want to comment?
No. Why? Let him not shake. I am asking Mr. Sambit Patra. You tell me 2 years back, Mr. Patra, why did Mr. Modi ask your Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh government not to give bonus for wheat and rice farmers? And today, no, I'm not able to forget about your shaking. Now you answer this question, Mr. Sambit Patra. Why is that today? Is it not because of Modi, because of Gujarat elections?
You allow me to answer, I'll answer the questions.
What is very disappointing with Mr. Modi and your BJP? No, okay.
What is
disappointing? Answering, let me tell you. You see, the whole question today is Mr. Modi
Let me answer the question, Mr. Chengal Reddy. I have been asked to answer a few questions. Please allow me the courtesy. Please show me the courtesy of answering this question.
In this country.
Sambit Patra, go ahead.
Yeah. Let me complete, Mr.
First and foremost,
what about your own agenda in the election manifesto?
We can have a piecemeal debate also. Certain questions have been raised. Let me answer those, and thereafter you can ask me further questions. Why in a hurry to ask all the questions in one go?
Okay. Now tell me.
Thank
what
you.
is first
and foremost, what was the basic?
You see, look, you tell me what is the reason for this?
No. Yes.
Low inflation is at the cost of deliberate suppressing.
What is the reason for this press conference and for these announcements? Let me come up over here with the answer. Okay. No, first and foremost, this is transparency. If the finance minister does not speak,
every day
you say where is the finance minister, he should explain as to what the GST is, where the economy is moving towards. And when the finance minister...
We are worried about this.
Now, why are you shaking, Mr. Chengal Reddy? You asked me a question, I'm answering that.
Complete number of meetings.
Sir, please.
No, you don't say that it's a press conference. That is a great invention.
Don't shake and don't shout like this.
Please answer this. Yes, I have given you my farmer's perspective. You tell me, you answer those questions one by one. Yeah, tell me.
Now.
Go ahead now, it's your chance. Go ahead.
Thank you. My God. Thank you so much. First and foremost, the structured press conference of Mr. Jaitley, he has brought to the fore as to how the Indian economy is gradually moving in the direction that after 2014, the Indian people had wished the economy to move forward. And he has pointed out that these 3 years, basically we are talking on larger points of GDP. The that in these 3 years, the average GDP of India was 7.5, the highest being 8.2 percentage, and the lowest being 5.7 percentage, that is today. And Mr. Jaitley said that this is the lowest point, and now the GDP is poised for another takeoff, and this takeoff is going to be a steady one. He also goes on to address this issue as to why there was this transient aberration of 5.7 percentage. He said that we had a discussion with the Prime Minister and other officers also, and we all agreed to the fact that when we have large structural reforms, occasional hiccups are something which are normal, and this is just an occasional hiccup which even the World Bank has concurred with, which even the IMF has concurred with. Let me tell you what Ms. Christine, the MD of IMF, had to say only 3 or 4 days ago. She said, and Mr. Jaitley quoted also, that Indian economy is on a solid track despite this hiccup that it took recently because of structural reforms. We are on a solid track. The larger point on which Mr. Jaitley speaks is the reform that has been infused to the public banking sector, 2.11 lakh crore rupees, so that a boosting to the lending capabilities would be up, and as a result of which the MSME sector would really be taken care of in a large way. A huge push to the infrastructure towards roads, Bharatmala, all these networks will not only aggravate job production, job promotion in India to the extent of almost 4 crore man hours in all these years, but also see to it that we have reached a different altitude altogether as far as infrastructure in India is concerned. He also speaks about the fiscal consolidation. He speaks about the fiscal deficit as to how all these important parameters defining Indian economy have been well contained in the safe zone compared to how they were placed dangerously in the yesteryears. Most importantly, he mentions about the global faith that the communities across the world have posed in India. That's the reason as to why we have a forex reserve today, which is historic, $400 billion. This is something which India had never at the occasion of boosting about. Today we have 400
All right. I'm going to bring in Tanvir Ahmed into the discussion, Shambit. You've had your say. I'm going to bring Tanvir Ahmed. You've heard Chengal Reddy.
Yes.
You've heard Shambit Batra. I want to know now. Today, we saw many graphs, pie charts, all proving that the fundamentals of the Indian economy is right. But Chengal Reddy himself is a farmer and a farmer's activist, and he's saying the condition of the farmers on the ground has only gone from bad to worse. Tanvir Ahmed.
See, it is not only the condition of the farmers which has gone down. The traders, they are saying very clearly that Hamari Bhool Kamal Ka Phool. So, Mr. Sambit Patra, all those papers, the documentation which he presented, we all know that India is on a growth state, not from today, not today because of Mr. Narendra Modi's reform or because of Mr. Arun Jaitley. India was always on the growth form. But however, answering 2-3 questions, Mr. Sambit Patra was talking about MSME. We all know that today MSME is not working. Yes, sir, what are we talking about? It is not working. The farmers has gone bad to worst, and they spoke about job creation. They have absolutely created no jobs. And what happened to 2 crore jobs, which is not happening. Today GDP is in the worst condition. Today we are talking. Yes, he spoke about the $1 billion, which are $400 billion, which is there as a forex. So, Mr. Sambit Patra, all those words which he was speaking of rhetorics, it is all rhetorics.
No, these are not rhetorics. I have also come with all those presentations in front of me, the lie in front of me. And let me tell you, let me present in front of you.
Sir, actually in Modi ji's government, if at all we have anybody who is the least performing ministry, which is our finance ministry.
The question has been asked by the anchor to me. Please allow me please show me the courtesy of
Tanvir, let Shambit respond to you. You can come back. Tanvir, let Shambit respond to you and you can come back to him.
Please, Shambit. Sure, Mr.
Tanvir, thank you. Tanvir, you said that most of what I spoke or what I speak is rhetoric. Absolutely wrong. I am quoting from data over here. 2013-2014, the kilometers of road constructed was 25,316 under the rural roads Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. Now, how much has changed? In 2016 and 17, the same Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, 47,447 kilometers, almost a double if you take it as a round figure of 50,000, almost double. You speaking that India was always in a growth trajectory is absolutely wrong. Incremental changes versus quantum leap. I believe that time the Congress government, though embroiled in corruption, incremental changes was something which was at best thought of. But today the quantum leap I have shown through this data of yours. More so, Bharatmala connectivity, the economic corridor of 9,000 kilometers, in fact, would be a great boost to Indian economy. The inter-corridor and the feeder routes of 6,000 kilometers, national corridor efficiency improvement, 5,000 kilometers, border roads. This is something which I would like you to please give your attention towards. Border road connectivity, 2,000 kilometers. Why were you would agree to me, sir, that in the yesteryears, especially during the Congress regime, we did not have these border road connectivity in the northeastern
Chengal
region.
Reddy.
And that's the reason as to why.
Would you agree with that, Chengal
In fact,
Reddy?
the Chinese dispensation were quite happy.
Tell me.
Would you agree with Shamit Patra?
Please
Chengal
tell
Reddy,
me.
go ahead.
Please tell me.
Constructed
Where is
in
the
the
money?
northeastern
Where
area.
is the money your Mr. Modi has promised to keep in our farmers' banks? You see, when 3 years back, Mr. Modi promised that he will bring back the entire black money across the world, and he wanted farmers to open their bank account. He promised lakhs of rupees to be deposited in farmers' bank account. Tell me one farmer on one bank which has deposited money in the farmer's account. And you are talking about various things. Now you tell me, why is that there is so much of farmers agitation across the country in the last 1 year of Mr. Modi? You tell me. In your own states, your BJP states, everywhere, farmers are revolting against BJP governments. Whether it is local Congress, it's nothing to do with Congress or BJP. But why is that farmers are revolting? Tell me, why is that farmers are so unhappy? You please answer that. You first come to the... And are you able to stop suicides? Are you able to stop migration?
Are you able to
increase the rural employment? You answer these questions. Don't go into railways and airports.
A flurry of questions. Allow me to answer those, sir. अरे चंगल रेड्डी जी वो पेंसिल उड़ जाएगा आराम से.
No, they are not fury, my friend. They are just two simple things about farmers.
I will answer. I will answer. Please, sir, answer each and every question of yours. Please allow me the time.
अब जो है रोडों के बारे में, एयरक्राफ्ट के बारे में मत बात करो.
तभी तो मैं प्रणाम करते हुए आपका उत्तर दे रहा हूँ. सुन तो लीजिए साहब, सुन लीजिए. करूँगा आराम से बैठिए, मैं उत्तर दे रहा हूँ. Number one,
you tell me about farm sector. Why is that there is no growth in GDP and agriculture? You tell us.
Oh, I'm telling you, Sahab. I'm telling you, Sahab. Listen to me. Listen.
You tell me.
Who else will tell? I'm the panel. I'll answer you. Don't worry, please. Number one, as far as his first question was, what about the bank accounts that Mr. Modi promised about 15 lakhs? Did these money come from the foreign countries and have accounts being opened for the farmers? Mr. Chengal Reddy would agree to the fact that through Jan Dhan Yojana, 40% of people, including the farmers, most of them being farmers who were not part of the formal economy and the banking system of this country today have been included, and the Guinness Book of World Record also takes a note of this. Secondly, as far as the money transfer to the bank's account is concerned,
अरे हमको उल्लू बना रहे भाई, बैंक अकाउंट ओपन करना भी कुछ बड़ी बात है क्या? क्या बात कर रहे हैं मिस्टर संबित पात्रा? हमको उल्लू मत बनाओ यार.
थोड़ा सा मुंह बंद और कान खुला करिएगा तो बोलूंगा ना. Please calm down and let me answer. Don't shout like this. Don't shout like this. Let me answer. I'm answering. Please don't shout like this. Calm down. Let me answer. Then you can rebut me.
Don't mislead. Please don't mislead.
There are some rules in debate. You have asked a few questions. Let me answer them. If you disagree, then please ask me again. I'll answer them. Number one, DBT, the direct benefit transfer.
Let me tell you, I'm not a politician. You try to understand fundamentally. We voted to Mr. Modi, expecting that he's a great statesman politician. But the way he is behaving, it makes no use.
This gentleman, will he allow me to speak?
We are really disappointed
with continuously speak. Mr. Chengal Reddy, you are disappointing,
Mr.
Chengal Reddy, the way you are jumping and not allowing others to speak. Please allow others to speak. Show some courtesy also. You have asked a question, allow them to be answered, and thereafter...
Tell me about farmers. What is that you have
Number one,
how much money
direct
you
benefit
have
transfer.
put in bank's account?
Oh my
Don't
God,
say opening bank
for a
account
while.
is a great thing. How much money?
Will he please be quiet for a while?
Go ahead.
Let him.
Go ahead. Okay, I'll keep quiet.
Number one, because of the direct benefit transfer, today the country is saving approximately 60,000 crore rupees per year. In the yesteryears, the same Mr. Chengal Reddy, who is a part of the Congress dispensation, never questioned the Congress party because of the pilferage of money. Today, 60,000
Don't be rubbish. Don't be foolish and talk nonsense. You don't.
Who is being benefited?
You political
the farmer is being
are the real problem in this country. Don't call me a congressman. I am an independent farmers activist. Do you think simply because I oppose your government, I am a Congress activist? Don't talk like that.
Okay.
Don't talk like that. Don't say I am a
congressman,
communist man and all that. I have nothing to do with politics.
You are a Congress activist. You applied for ticket also to fight elections of Congress. We all know that. But please allow me to answer all your questions.
Who the hell are you?
Secondly,
don't be stupid, man. Let me not call you name. I have never applied for any damn ticket in any political party,
because
including
of urea scams in the yesteryears,
don't say,
many of the farmers used to die because of the rioting.
I have nothing to do in politics.
But today, thankfully, because of Narendra Modi's way of functioning and the boom in economy, because of the neem coating of urea, we do not see any such rioting anywhere in this country today, and the farmers are doing well as far as urea is concerned. Thirdly, as far as production is concerned, remember, despite the fact that 2 years of bad monsoon hit India, initial 2 years of the Modi government, despite that today, we are self-sufficient as far as pulse is concerned. Remember, there was a time when pulses used to be skyrocketing as far as the prices were concerned. For the first time, because of the incentives that were given out by the Indian government, by the Modi government, today we see that India is self-sufficient in production of pulse. Similarly, in fact, the food grain production has topped the list in Indian history for the first time because of the incentives by the Modi government.
I'm going to bring in Tanveer Ahmed at this point, Shambhit. We've heard your point by point, but Tanveer Ahmed, this is part 2 of what happened, because we had Finance Minister Arun Jaitley do the same thing, detail after detail, fact after fact, number after number, re-establishing the fact that all is well with the Indian economy, Tanveer. That's what the government is telling us now.
Exactly. No, it is not everybody saying it is Sambit ji and his government which is saying it is Modi ji's government saying that everything is all well. After demonetization, as we all know, it is one of the worst decisions taken in independent India. 1 year happened. We all know how many amount of job losses did happen. The Prime Minister Modi ji have absolutely done nothing. And former Prime Minister S.D. Devegowda ji had led an agitation to Prime Minister Modi ji regarding, coconut farmers which are struggling in Karnataka alone. Nothing has been done. And we all know there is a problem of Kaveri River and Mahadai River. We have asked Modi ji to intervene. No, absolutely. See, economy is not economy. You are talking about roads, you are talking about infrastructure, you are talking about going to moon, Mars. No, people here don't have enough to eat, and you're talking about all those. No, now I would like to ask Sambit ji 2 questions. MSME, you bought it. Tell me what is the amount of jobs which have been created, and how many we said Startup India.
Why did we construct highways in India? We should not have constructed highways only.
Sir,
that is a faulty argument.
Okay, fine. What about people? People have no jobs.
And we should not
have absolutely no jobs. People have absolutely no jobs. People have not. They are not getting the minimum price for their crops. So you are talking about the demonetization, the amount of problem which has left on Indian economy. How are you going to boost that Indian economy? Now you are talking about so much of foreign reserve. Are you going to create jobs? Are you going to start giving 2 crore jobs as promised by Honorable Prime Minister?
Right. At this point, I'm going to have to intervene.
As far as jobs is concerned, are you not?
Shambhit Patra, Tanveer Ahmed, I'm afraid we have run out of time here on this.
I wanted to mention about the Mudra Yojana.
I'm afraid we've run out of time here. Shambhit Patra, Tanveer Ahmed and Chengal Reddy, thank you so much for joining us. It's an important debate that will continue all evening here, right up to the prime time with Republic TV's editor-in-chief Arunabh Goswami as well, requesting all gentlemen to joining us on this panel. Thank you so much. Time for a short breather over here. This is Krishna Kumar signing off for now, but you don't go anywhere. Keep watching India's #1 English news channel, Republic TV.